So absolutely, let's get started. I know the excitement level is on top, and 120 people just 4 minutes into this session. So we wouldn't wait too much to dig deeper into the content that we've prepared for you. But yeah, as we get started, we'd love to have a quick understanding of where is everyone right now with their credit cards, right? So we'll Shiva, if you could launch the poll quickly.
Sure. Just launching
Shouldn't
in.
take you more than 10 seconds. If you could just quickly answer the questions that are there on the screen right now. Pretty basic questions. How do you currently view credit cards? Do you know how interest on unpaid credit cards is calculated? If you pay the minimum due, do you know how a credit card impacts your civil score? And which of these do you practice for your card safety, right? So if you can just quickly take a moment and fill in that pre-workshop questionnaire for us, that'll be super duper helpful. And once that is done, we will absolutely dive deeper. Uh, and I will, in the meanwhile, also share my screen. Cool. Okay. So, guys, the way we want to run this session is okay. Before you guys think that, I should not be here, I agree. I will take just the first 5 minutes and then move away from here to give you all full access to our credit card expert, Rishabh. But before we do that, there are some important things that I really wanted to share with all of you. So, yes, namaste and a very warm welcome to all of you. We are very excited to be here. We at Pennywise are financial educators. We're not advisors or agents. In no manner are we affiliated to any of these companies or companies that sell financial products. Especially during the course of the workshop today, we will be taking examples of a lot of credit cards and credit card companies. The entire intent is to help you choose the right credit card for you so that you can make the right decisions and use it to your advantage. But in no manner are we affiliated to them, right? So please be careful, be cautious. We are sharing this all from our own research, all from Rishabh's research, to be honest. But at the same time, no affiliations to any of these products that are out there, right? Just wanted to make sure you all do understand that well. What have we planned for you? Well, lots and lots of things. So it's a 3-step process that we will take you through. Number one, how do you choose a credit card for yourself? How do you get started with the journey? Number two, how do you make those spends wisely and optimize your spends so that you could take care of your decisions? And then finally, how do you redeem those points in the form of rewards and make the most of them? Right? How do you spell Pennywise? You spelled it right? Yeah, it's pennywiseapp.in. On YouTube, we are by the name of Akshat Malhotra. That's my name. But yes, that should help you pull up some of the details that we do. Let's get started. But let's play a fun quiz. I know most of you answered the pre-workshop questionnaire, but let's do a quick myth versus fact on the chat. I'd love it for everyone to be super energetic on the chat, for everyone to focus on the chat. As I said, the way we've planned it is we will do this complete session. We will run this session. We'll run through the content, but at the same time, both of us have not had our lunch. So your thumbs ups, your chat, your energy, your words are going to get transferred to us. And we hope that we will have our lunch in the form of your thumbs ups and your chat, right? So show us some energy and let's get started. And Shiva has also promised a special bonus and a special gift for the one who wins this quiz. So the person who wins, please reach out to Shiva. Let's get started. The first question. If you miss your credit card bill by 1 day, then your credit score reduces. Is that a myth? Is that a fact? Myth. Few facts. Mixed responses. Myth, fact. Awesome. Now that's the level of energy we were wanting. Excellent. Super glad to see so much energy on the chat. Wonderful. Yes. So, well, I know a lot of mixed responses, but it is actually a myth. If you miss your credit card bill by 1 day, your credit score does not reduce, right? You get 3 days after your last date or the bill payment date to make sure that you process your payments well, right? Now, That does not mean that you start paying after 3 days of your last day. Okay, be careful. It just is in case of any sort of urgencies, emergencies, in case there is some sort of a payment glitch, or you were traveling internationally and then you're not able to make the payment on time, and in case you did make the payment a day or 2 days, and by chance there is a charge put up by the credit card company, you could always reach out to them and tell their customer care that this was the reason why you delayed it. But don't make it a habit to pay your bill 3 days after the due date, right? Awesome. Question number two. You need to spend tens of lakhs to get free hotels and rewards. Almost everyone's. Yeah, a lot of you are responding to hosts and panelists. So just click that everyone from the drop down on the chat so that everyone could see the answers. Yes, absolutely. You're all right. You don't need to spend lakhs and crores. Well, you can just get started with whatever you're spending today, optimize them, and get your free vouchers, free flights, right? Honestly, my first credit card redemption story goes back in the form of a free flight. I was using a credit card that gave a free business class voucher on spending a certain amount. And trust me, the day I used that first ever voucher, it felt, wow, I am on top of the world, and I should be using these cards more effectively. In fact, I'll be very honest, it did result in a lot of overspending for me, and then my wife really had to control me and pull me back. But then that's how it is all about, where we really really need to optimize our credit card spends. And the last one, in case you delay your payment, interest is charged from the bill due date. Myth or a fact? Interest is charged from the bill due date. Rishabh, you want to answer that?
Oh, it's a myth.
Yes, guys, it's a myth. It is not going to be from the bill due date, but rather the statement generation date. It's a very very fine print that all of you must be aware of. Generally we think, if let's say the payment is due on the 30th of the month, you'd be like, okay, I'll make the payment. But remember, the day when you actually got the statement generated and it hit your email IDs that the statement of this credit card is generated, please make the payments on so and so date, it's actually calculated from that particular date, right? So that 20 to 45-day period, for that also you'll need to give the interest in case you get caught with it, in case you delay the payment, right? Cool. So yes, say hello to your credit card mentor. I know Shiva has already given a perfect introduction about Rishabh, but trust me, it's something that he's helped me a lot. He's my credit card guru, my mentor as well, and lots of research that he does. He actually spends days and nights just reading and reading, especially the terms and conditions and then fine prints that we would generally not even bother about reading, right? And I think that's where the entire masala is, or that's where the entire opportunity is. So without further ado, I will certainly hand over the session finally to Rishabh. You guys have a lot of fun now, right? But keep the energy on the chat the same way. Rishabh, over to you.
Hello, everyone. But just before we start the session, I'll just tell you how it's going to proceed from here. But before that, I want to know how many of you think yourself to be financially disciplined. So what I mean by being financially disciplined is that you have your emergency funds in place, you have your SIPs going on, you have your health insurance and term insurances, and you don't overspend every month. So if you think you are that kind of a person, so can you just put in yes? Or if you think you're not that kind of a person, you tend to overspend, then you could probably write a no there. We see a lot of yeses, a few no's. So probably like 80% of the yeses, right? So for the people who are, partially yes, which is also great, right? There's always a chance for improvement. For the ones who are not financially disciplined, I would first suggest get onto that. Get your emergency funds in, get your SIPs in, get your health insurance and term insurances in, and then I'll just help you how to maximize your rewards when you spend. So the way we move forward from here, so I see there are about 80% of the people who say they are financially disciplined or partially disciplined. I would first tell you to pat your backs. You know why? Because it takes a lot of effort to do that. And now I will help you to get rewards on the spends you're doing every month, right? So no one gives, you are getting returns on your investments, you are getting, everything else is sorted, but the money you spend, do you get returns? No, right? Most of us don't get. You're using UPI in, day out, right? Few of us perhaps use cash these days, but it's mostly UPIs, debit cards, maybe a few credit cards as well. But do you track how much are you going to be saving if you use it more optimally? I'm sure about 90% of the people will not be doing that. So our session will move through that if you're already financially disciplined and you're already spending money, why not get rewards for it, right? So I think it'll be a very interesting session from here on, where I'll uncover how and demystify how to spend wisely, right? And to me, like, how did I get into this credit card world? As Shiva said, I'm a very rugged traveler. I was a very rugged traveler. I would just pick up my backpack and move. Like, I'll go for treks for 30 days, and I would stay in all type of hostels. I would stay in small rooms, and I never cared about that because I was always trying to save that money. And then I got married. So obviously I wouldn't be taking my wife to all these hostels and everything. So then, okay, we went to a honeymoon. We went to a few trips here and there. So then I realized, obviously, I'm not booking small hotels with her because obviously, apna wo bhi to karna hai. Like, I have to be on that level. So then I would book 4 stars, 5 stars, but it costs a lot of money. Trust me, it costs a lot of money. So, and nothing, Indian hotels are way expensive than the ones in Southeast Asia or something. So probably I was spent, and once we used to do our trips, I used to see that a lot of money is being spent. A majority of the amount was being spent on the hotels. So after 2, 3 trips, I decided to find, like, how could I do it much better? So then I really got into this credit card game. I started really slow, took one credit card, I kept learning, and that's how I moved forward. And recently, very recently, I have done a Japan trip for 12 days where I paid only for one night and rest of all were free. So I will help you how to do that. I'll tell you how we done that, and I hope you'll like it. So yeah, that's my Japan story. We saved about 2.2 lakh rupees just by spending credit card points and no money actually on hotel stays. I'll come on to that Japan trip a little later, but we can move on how to optimize your credit cards, how to actually get into this world. So until now, like, I just want to see if you guys are with me here, just a little thumbs up or a yeses or something, just to keep me energetic. So, okay, we'll start the session now. It's been a while now. So, okay, so credit cards. It can be your best friend or your worst enemy. It depends how you do it, right? How you choose to do it. So I have friends who are very financially disciplined. I ask them the same thing. I'll tell them, get a good credit card. I will help you do that. But if you think you're not financially disciplined, please do not get a credit card. Let me make it very clear. If you have a tendency to overspend, if you are given a limit of 1 lakh on a credit card and you tend to spend 1,10,000 on it and you think it as a free money, please don't take a credit card. But if you're someone who has a 1 lakh limit and he spends 20,000 on it, you are in for a treat now. Let's move forward. So all about credit cards. As I say, who needs a credit card? For someone who actually does not need a credit. Okay, so you're already doing, for everyone, we know, like, we have fixed expenses, maybe like utilities, maybe rent, maybe groceries, dining out. We all of us, I'm sure, have a lot of these expenses to do fixed, which are on a monthly basis. Rather than doing it on a UPI or a debit card, why not do it on a credit card and get from maybe like 5 up to like 15, 20% also on your daily spends? Sounds too much, right? Sounds interesting as well. So yeah, so if you're already doing spends and you do not need credit, that is the person who needs a credit card. Third, we'll come to the third point. Okay, so if you have never taken a loan, probably you don't have a CIBIL score. So CIBIL is basically your score which tells you your loan worthiness or your credit worthiness, that if you in future want to take a car loan or a home loan. So if someone has a CIBIL score above 750 or 800, tends to get a lower rate of interest rather than someone who has a 600 score or 650 score, and the higher limit is 900. Probably only one person I've seen who's got a 900 score, but anything above 750, above 800 is a very good score. So what credit card does is it will help you get into that thing that, okay, you are ready to take that loan. And if you keep paying the money on time, probably 5 years down the line, when you want that car for yourself, if the ongoing rate for a person with 650 credit score is about 8.5%, you'll probably get it for 7.85%. So that's the difference you get if you have a good credit score. And that can only be done if you have some credit history. Okay, we'll come to the fourth point, safety and security during online transactions. So a lot of people might feel that this to be an ironic point, because people might feel if you have credit card, it might get stolen, people might lose money through it. But let me tell you, it is much more safer than your UPI or a debit card. I'll tell you how. Every credit card has a lost limit or a chargeback mechanism, wherein if you have, like, if someone misuses your credit card, you could call up your credit card company whenever you get to know, probably like in a few first, second, or third day, you could call them up and they will fight on your behalf and reverse the money to you. Isn't that interesting? Like, if you have to do it through UPI, if the money is gone, it will rarely come back. If the money is done through a bank transfer, it will rarely come back. But if you're using through a credit card, there are places, if I'm going to a website which I don't trust that much, I'll probably use my American Express credit card because it has the best chargeback mechanism. They won't even ask the person first. They will ask me, okay, you have raised the request. They will refund my money if my product does not come. So in those cases, absolutely smashing to use a credit card. The fifth point, extreme emergency cases. And by extreme emergency cases, I mean a hospitalization for that matter. Someone you're known, God forbid, is in the hospital. And there's a certain surgery that needs to be done. Probably like you need to deposit 5 lakh rupees. Okay, you have the money in your account or in your emergency fund, which you've saved, but you need to pay the money right now. If you have the credit card, you pay the money now, and once it's done, you get your statement, you can always repay back the money. So, and it's personal, and it happened to me as well. Someone in my family was in the hospital. I did not have to look at to my emergency fund for that day. I just paid through my credit card bill and I sorted it with my emergency fund the later days. Absolutely unreal benefit of a credit card, but again, it is for an extreme emergency need. So I probably understand that how important, like that is the kind of emergency I'm talking about. And last of it, the credit card enthusiast like me, like Akshat, like Shiva, and I hope you'll be one after this session. So yeah, that's how these are the people who need a credit card. We'll move forward to the next slide. We'll be using a few abbreviations. I hope you'll understand. So CC is credit card, LTF is lifetime free, FIF is first year free. So this is in relation to the credit cards. CB is cashback, MR is membership reward points, which is specifically to Amex, and Edge Miles is for Atlas. So yeah, these are very small things. Okay, so the main slide starts now. Making most of a credit card is a 3-step process. How do we do it? Are we here right now? Guys, are we still here? I see someone has said that they got a chargeback mechanism. They've used it. It's a very good thing. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Choosing the right credit card. Like mutual funds, like so many products, like everything in this Indian market, there are thousands of credit cards. Which one do you choose? I'll help you do that. How to analyze a credit card? Okay, so every credit card offers a base conversion rate. What I mean with that is, so if you spend 100 rupees, you'll get either 1 rupee, 2 rupees, 4 rupees, depending on the credit card. So this is called the base conversion rate. So if you get 2 rupees, 2 rupees in the form of cashback, in the form of, flight miles or something, that is called the base conversion rate. Second, are there any milestone benefits? So obviously for every card, card company, they would want you to spend a lot more than you're spending, and that's why they give milestone benefits. For example, there's a card from Amex. It's called Amex Platinum Travel. If you spend 4 lakh rupees on it, you get 40,000 points. Unreal. Everyone should have that card if you get a chance. Why? Because 4 lakh you could spend anywhere, you get 40,000 points, which can be transferred to flights, it can be transferred to hotels, and I'm telling you, it is at least 2 to 3 nights of stay. And 4 lakh spends, which is 35,000 in a month, easy to do for a lot of people living in urban areas. So these are the milestone benefits. What are the transfer partners? So generally what happens with credit cards is you have 3 types of things where you can redeem your points. Either you can get a cashback. So cashback is basically you spend 1 lakh rupees in a month, you get probably 3,000-4,000 back in the statement. So you only have to pay 96,000, and the 4,000, it comes directly as a cashback. Second point, you get vouchers. So probably if you have 10,000 points available in your credit card, you could get about 3,000 or 4,000 rupees voucher from Amazon, Flipkart, and all these things. The last one, which I absolutely love, and if you're a traveler like me, I would transfer those to hotel partners like Marriott Hotels or Accor Hotels, or airline partners, Air India, Japan Airlines, Singapore Airlines. There's a long list of partners available today with a lot of credit cards in India where you could transfer points, and that gives the best buck for money. So sometimes you get, like for 40,000 points, I was saying for Amex, you get 40,000 worth of stay also. So, and on spending 4 lakh rupees. So that's a cool 10% return as well. Fourth point, do benefits match your needs? I am a traveler. I would love to transfer all my points to Marriott Hotels or flight partners. You might not be a traveler. You might not be traveling that much. So in that case, just getting an Amazon voucher for 5,000-7,000 will give you much more happiness than transferring 20,000 points to Marriott Hotels where you'll never be going. So you have to understand, are you a cashback person? Do you like vouchers, or do you want to actually travel the world with these card points? And there is no wrong or right way. Everyone has different sets of needs, and they should do it according to their needs. What are annual fees? So we've been very accustomed to getting these calls from banks and all these agencies telling us to get a free credit card. You have a free credit card pre-approved for you. So we've got into a mindset that credit cards should be free. They should be free. But from my experience for past 4 years, the best cards that I've had are the ones which I paid a few bucks for. So probably like 3,000, 5,000 rupees a year. And they have given me much more benefit, way more returns than a free credit card. Free credit card is good only for the first, when you're taking your first card. After that, most of them don't make sense, except a very few, which we'll come to in later. What are annual fee waiver conditions? So a lot of credit cards have these, like if you spend 5 lakh rupees in a year, you'll get a fee waiver. So if the fees was about 3,000 rupees, you'll get that fee waived. A few credit cards have it at 2 lakh also, a 1.5 lakh also. So you choose your card, which you think you can spend every month, that much amount, and you don't go overboard with spending. Second last point is my favorite, which I have felt that it should be the norm here. How is customer support and service? I would choose American Express as the best customer service, hands down in India, although they're not issuing cards for next 1 month as of now. As of now, American Express, you put them on chat. Okay, we want good customer service, right? We want, if I have a doubt, I would want to talk to the credit card company, not on bots, not to the robots sitting there, but actual human. Amex does that. Access does that. And even ICICI does that. So we have to see, is the customer support good? Is it able to give us, the best solution for our queries? And that becomes very important when there's a chargeback mechanism, when you have to actually file a claim for chargeback. These kind of things, I think customer support is the most important thing which you should look at. And last, everyone is not eligible for each of the cards. Some cards have a income criteria of maybe like 3 lakh rupees a year. Some have 5 lakh rupees. Some have 15 lakhs. There are cards with 36 lakh as well. So depending on your eligibility, you should choose that card and move forward with it, and actually get into the ecosystem to understand how this thing works. So we'll move forward to different types of cards according to your needs and everything. So we are here, right? Everyone's here. Yes, Amex does not work at all places. Definitely for offline, there are some issues because they charge a higher fee from the vendor. But online, most of the places, Amex works well and gives absolutely great returns. Okay, guys. So as I said, there's so many credit cards. How do we choose the best credit card? So your lifestyle actually defines the best credit card for you. We'll move forward to the next one. And I'll quickly just tell you these credit cards according to your needs. So if you're a frequent flyer, you can opt for a co-branded credit card with an airline company, or the one which offers free airport lounge access without actually spending criteria. So there are a few credit cards like IndusInd Tiger for that matter. It's a free card. Axis Atlas, it's a 5,000 rupees card, but offers from 8 to 20% return. We'll actually do a deep dive on Axis Atlas later in the slide. Or a Federal Scapia. These are good first-timer cards if you can get them, and offer a very good travel benefits, I would say, per se. Okay, you're not a traveler, but you love to binge on food. Probably on the weekends, you like to order in, and So there's an IndusInd Easy Diner card with the IndusInd and Easy Diner. I'm sure a lot of people, but no, Easy Diner is a portal where you could book restaurants at discount, and you can get up to 50% discount on your bills. So yes, IndusInd has a tie-up with Easy Diner, and they offer a card. Similarly, there's a Swiggy HDFC card, which gives you 10% back on ordering from Swiggy, which is a very cool return, honestly. If you're someone who shops on Flipkart a lot or on Amazon a lot, there's an Amazon ICICI card, an Axis Flipkart card, which offers about 5% return if you're shopping from them. If you have a lot of fuel spends, right, you could opt for an co-branded card with a petrol station, or so there's an Axis IOCL card or a SBI BPCL card. But in this case, it depends which is the closest petrol station next to you. So opt for that card, right? You're a movie buff. There's a movie releasing on Friday, and you can't wait to go there on a Friday for sure. Probably by the weekend, you have to finish that. For you, you need an movie card, and like having so many cards over the last 4 years, I cannot feel like paying full amount for a movie now, because I just feel like if there's an option to get a free card which offers movie benefits, I would probably just get that and use it only for my movie. So yeah, there's IDFC Wealth, there's a Book My Show RBL card you could probably look at. A lot of us, as I was saying, use UPI for our daily spends. You could link a credit card to your UPI account, so to your GPay, to your Paytms, and all these phone pay. You could link your card and you could get rewards on that as well, up to like 5%. So there are two, three good cards. So like Tata New Infinity is a very good card. Federal Scapia again has a RuPay version as well. There's a very new revaluation that has happened in HSBC RuPay cards. So this is the only RuPay card that offers you, as of today, that offers you to transfer your miles to, transfer your points to airline partners or hotel partners, which is not seen anywhere else with other UPI cards. So it's a very good option for now. Or you could be like us, get ultimate all-rounder one and all card where so you don't have to think that you're trying to spend on movies or food. You could just get probably one card or probably max two cards, use it, and not optimize for 100% spends. Optimize for 80% spends. So there's a Pareto principle, if you've known, that you could spend it is a 20 and 80 rule. So the best returns come from the 80% of the best returns come from the 20% of the effort that you put in. So you just have to spend, you just do it this way, that you just optimize for the 80% and the rest 20% you leave it, okay? Like everywhere. So, and it works almost everywhere, Pareto principle. So, and someone's asking, which is for the best for online purchase, like phones. So again, depends like big billion days or Amazon Great Indian Sale that comes in. So even in that, there are options. So there's a partner bank during those sales. So I think SBI is a partner with Amazon, I'm not sure, and it keeps changing. There are HSBC sometimes a partner with Flipkart, or there's a ICICI bank. So at that time, yeah, HDFC is one. So if you have an HDFC card, you'll get probably like 8 to 10% more during that. So that becomes subjective. And if you're actually waiting to get it during that online sale. Awesome. Yes, how can you use for Ola and Uber? I am gonna share a very cool hack with you, how to get points and probably like 8 to 10% return on all your cab rides. We'll move on to that. So yes, we have come up to getting your first credit card. Are we still here? I see we have 182 people still. It feels great.
Anyone who does not have a credit card yet?
Yeah, is there anyone who does not have a credit card yet? And I'm sure the last slide would have been able to tell you that there is good options to choose from. Awesome. Aditya does not have one. Aditya, I think by the end of it, you'll have a great idea of getting your first card. Sakshi says she cannot live without a credit card. Awesome, Sakshi. Okay. So I see a few people do not have cards, and yeah, having but not using much due to fear to miss payback and getting charged, right? That's a big fear. That is a big fear, which I also used to have. I wasn't one from the family where we used to have, my parents were not ever using a credit card. My extended family wasn't using a credit card. I had to put in my effort to get myself educated about this. And now everyone's just looking up to me. Like my wife, I used to tell her, okay, very simple. I would just tell her, okay, when you go to a website, just tell me, okay, you're buying stuff, just use this credit card, right? Earlier, she used to find it very difficult to ask me which card should I use, which card should I not use. But then I took her to Japan, right? Now she's been like, okay, you tell me which card I have to use. So it's once you get into the system, there's no looking back, trust me. We'll move to getting your first credit card, right? Very important. Choose the one which your primary bank offers. I'm sure every one of us here, 180 of us, have a bank account. Every bank has a free credit card. If you do not have a credit card right now, just go to your bank, ask them for a free credit card. Why lifetime free credit card? Because if you take a card today in 2025 and you take a card in 2027 and you take a card in 2030, right? And you're planning to take a card in 2031. So if you by 27, 28, you realize that, okay, this 2025 card, which you took and had about 1,000 rupees fees, you're not using it because it is a useless card. So you close that. So now the next card which you took was in 2027. So your credit age reduces, right? And credit age is an important factor in calculating CIBIL. So you take a first card which is free so that you're done with the tension of, you don't have to use it for optimizing the spends. It is just to get into the ecosystem and the card which will never close, right? So take it from a reputed bank which you think will not close for next 20, 30 years, maybe next 10 years probably for that small. So yeah, just go to SBI, go to your HDFCs, ICICI, Axis, all these top banks. They're not going to go anywhere for next 10 years. Just get a free credit card for yourself and get into the system, right? So as I was saying, your credit history is attached to your first credit card or your first loan. If you close your first credit card, it will impact your CIBIL a little. Depends, like if you close it 3 years down the line or you close it 10 years down the line. By 10 years, you'll probably have a few more credit cards, so it may not matter that much. But if you do it in first 3-4 years, it will affect your CIBIL a little. Awesome. And also, if it's not a free credit card, and in future, if the company decides to increase the fees from maybe like 1,000 to 5,000, you might want to close that card because you're not using it anyway. So yes, just take a free card to start with. Shiva asks, if you close one of the card out of 3, will that impact CIBIL? So Shiva, if you close the first credit card, it might impact a little in the start. The second and third may not happen. Also, the CIBIL impact happens if you do it, like if you apply for a lot of cards in a short period of time. A short period, I mean maybe like every 1 month you're applying for 1 or 2 cards. And if you're closing cards also very quickly. So in that case, your total limit comes down. And that is when CIBIL also sometimes drops. So these are the first time use cards which you could look at. Someone was asking up like with how many credit cards should I have? Somnath was asking. Somnath, there's no definite answer to it. Definitely. I have, between me and my wife, we have about 15 cards. I use only maybe 3 or 4 cards, at 3 cards, but it does not matter. Like you could have only 2 cards and you could optimize on those, or you could, I'll get credit cards for fun as well sometimes. And I also make people get credit cards for fun because then I give them so much benefit out of
like me.
Akshat here is victim of this.
But guys, don't apply all 15 credit cards at once, right?
Yeah.
That's very important. Slowly build the
Yeah, so you just apply one credit card every 3 months and yeah. So, okay, so first time user cards, if you don't have a credit card, you could have a look at ICICI Amazon Pay. That was about my second card. HSBC RuPay Platinum, as I was saying, it's a very fantastic card if you can get it. The only issue with HSBC, it's only issued in top 10 cities in India. So that is one drawback. But that is the only free card which offers transfer to airline and hotel partners. There are a few HDFC Money Back or Axis Neo is also a free one. There's an IndusInd Tiger one, which offers about like 500 rupees movie voucher every 6 months. So in a year, you get 1,000 rupees movie vouchers. There are golf benefits also. So for a free card, it's an unreal benefit. IDFC Wealth or Select cards, they offer movie benefits. That's the only reason I have it. And if you are someone who likes a metal card, when you give it to the counter and it gives you a little, elevation sense of feel, get the one card. It is issued with a lot of banks and all. So yeah, you could probably get a one card, which is a metal card. And so these are the 3 cards we're going to do a deep dive into. It's the SBI Cashback card, an Amex Platinum Travel card, and Axis Atlas card. So that will need a lot of energy from me. And yeah, Sachin, it's free cards are usually not very helpful. So, but yeah, just for the sake of it, just get a card, Okay, so we're going to do a deep dive here, and I'll need a lot of energy from you. So if you have thumbs up, you have yeses, enjoying the session, just put it some on the chat and we'll continue from there.
Folks, I'm going to give Rishabh a quick shake, but we need all of you also to give a lot of energy in the chat. Awesome. Enjoying so far? Put an enjoy in the chat if you're enjoying so far. Let's see how many enjoys does Rishabh earn.
Oh, that's a lot.
Can we convert this enjoys into maybe some rewards?
I wish, Shiva.
And then Rishabh does another Japan trip with all those rewards, right?
So Ravish, I'll have to check if IndusInd Tiger has lounge access. I'll probably have to look for it. I am not sure. Okay, so we'll do a deep dive into SBI Cashback. As I was saying, everyone is not a traveler and it's good, right? Everyone does not want to stay in 5 stars. You might be an experiential person or a person like me. I was before marriage, which I used to do a backpacking trip for 30 days, just solo. That case, you do not need to stay in 5-star hotels, right? You could just probably stay in a good Airbnb, right? If you're getting an Airbnb for like 1,500 rupees, why would you want to stay in a 5,000 rupees Marriott, right? So in that case, SBI Cashback becomes a very no-nonsense card for all your online spends. It's okay. And it's good for spends up to 2 lakh per year. So about 15 to 20,000 spends. If you're getting into the thing, it's a good card to have. The joining fee is about $999 plus GST. Renewal fee is also $999 plus GST. If you spend 2 lakh per year, as I was saying, it is best for 2 lakh spends. You get a full fee waiver, so you don't have to pay the renewal fee the next year. Best usage for an SBI cashback card is you get 5% flat cashback on all your online spends. So all your Zeptos, Blinkit, Amazon, and all these online websites, you could just use your SBI cashback. Probably you spend maybe your bill at the end of the month is 10,000 rupees, right? You'll get 500 rupees in statement credit. What I mean by statement credit is, so you just have to pay, like it'll be adjusted into the next statement. So next month, if you have 10,000 bill again, you'll only have to pay 9,500. So that's where you save that 500 rupees. So 500 at this point of time might look small. All these calculations, you do it over a period of year, 2 years, and you'll feel that it does have an effect. So very good for all your online spends. And so as I was mentioning, there's an Amazon ICICI Pay card or a Flipkart card. So those offer 5% only on those respective websites, right? In that case, SBI trumps them all because it gives you benefit on quite a few other websites as well, right? So in that case, SBI cashback is a good option. There's a Swiggy HDFC card is also a very good option. It's also a cashback card. So probably you could choose between those two. For all the offline spends you do, offline means you'll go to a store and you'll use your card on the POS machine. You'll get 1% cashback on that. And the cashback is limited to about 5,000 rupees a month, which is a fair number in my opinion, which is like if you spend 1 lakh rupees, you get 5,000. So that 5,000 number comes only when you do like 1 lakh rupees spends. But if you're doing 1 lakh rupees spends, this is not a very good card. So we'll come to that later. And there are few exceptions with a lot of cards. So cashbacks are not valid on fuel, on rent, jewelry, wallet load, education, utilities. All these things do not earn you points. So majorly shopping, your dining outs, your online ordering, that is done. I have a few questions asking for education fee and insurance premium and rents. I'm sure that those are big spends. At the end of this presentation, we have a full slide which covers all these big spends. So just wait for that. Wait till the end. And Jitendra asked, what kind of job were you doing? In my job, I cannot be off for 30 days. So Jitendra, I was actually into backpacking, right? I was managing a chain of backpacker hostels. And for traveling and all, I used to just stack up my holidays and go for treks. I've been to Nepal, I've done Everest Base Camp, Annapurna Base Camp. So those treks take some time, right? Utility on Amazon eligible, not on Amazon, but there's a cool way to earn that points as well, which we'll come up to. Okay, so the next card we come on to, which is my favorite card. I have 4 cards from Amex. This is my favorite. So 4 cards between me and my wife. Absolutely love it because of its no nonsense culture. You could use this card anywhere and everywhere and it will still give you points, right? It comes at a premium fee of 5,000 plus GST, but it gives you benefits about like 30 to 40, 50,000 in a year as well. I have been able to squeeze benefits about 60,000 as well in 1 year by just spending 4 lakhs in a year. So it gave me a very cool 12, 13, 15% return also. So yeah, we'll deep dive into it. Akash will definitely show a card for house rent payments as well. Awesome. Sakshi says it's a crowd favorite. I hope so, because a lot of people don't know about Amex Platinum, how cool it is. Just a small disclaimer. Amex has not been like issuing cards for last 5-6 months because they were doing a lot of changes on their Indian backend system. With the current information that I have, they'll soon be restarting, probably maybe like next month. So we are in good time to understand how Amex Platinum works. So yeah, it is best for spends between 2.5 lakh to 4 lakh a year. You break it down into months. So it's about 20,000 to 35,000 rupees a month. If you have spends, this is a no nonsense card to have. There's a joining fee of 5,000 rupees. There's a renewal fee of 5,000 rupees as well. But Amex being Amex and having the best customer support, you could also get 50% waiver if you're a good customer for them. Like if you pay your fees right on time, you spend money on that, you could get a full fee waiver also at times, or partial waiver at times as well. And Amex runs best referral bonuses. It runs best welcome benefits. So when you pay that 5,000 fee, and if you apply through a friend's referral or something, you could get 2,000 plus 10,000. So total of 12,000 points, which is about, if you do into value, anywhere from 6,000 to 12,000 rupees, if you get this card, right? So conversion. So you remember earlier in the slides, we had talked about what are base reward points. So conversion is 1 point per 50 rupees spent. So like 2 rupees per 50 rupees spends. But the magic for Amex Platinum actually lies in the milestone benefits, which we had discussed, right? So if you do 4 lakh spends, you'll probably just get 8,000 bonus points, right? If you do that math, 4 lakh spends, you get 1 point per 50 or 2 points per 100, you'll only get 8,000 points by the end of the year, which is not a lot on spending 4 lakh rupees. But where the Amex ecosystem comes in is that if you spend 1.9 lakh spends, close to 2 lakh rupees spends in a year, you get 15,000 bonus points. And when that spend hits 4 lakh rupees, you get 25,000 points extra. So in total, when you spend 4 lakh rupees, you get 40,000 bonus points, and a minimal just regular spends 8,000 points. So you are set to earn about 48 to 50,000 rupees spend like points at the end of the year when you use an Amex Platinum for 4 lakh rupees. The best part about Amex Platinum is you could use it for fuel, you could pay tax, you could pay jewelries, anywhere and everywhere. It may not give you point, but every point is calculated, every spend is calculated towards that 4 lakh milestone. I, on a personal level, even invest with Amex because if I'm falling short, probably like 30, 40,000, I will just go to my NPS, pay 1% extra because I know I'm going to get 10% extra back. So I even do NPS transactions with Amex as well. And all of it is legally allowed, verified with Amex team. Amex does not pay me. They do not have to pay me. It's just because I have done my Japan trip with Amex. So I'm absolutely buzzing for it. So as I was saying, like you get about 50,000 spends, 50,000 points. Plus also the best part about it, you get on 4 lakh spends, you get 50,000 bonus point, like total points, and a free 10,000 rupees voucher. Isn't that cool? Right, guys, does it seem cool? Sagar says he's jealous already. Sagar, you don't have to be jealous. Next month, you get an Amex. I will help you how to get it. I will help you how to maximize your rewards.
And just for the record, Rishabh, you helped me get my Amex Platinum card, and I
Yeah.
got a Manish Malhotra design playing cards as well.
Exactly. So Amex runs these referral benefits as well. So last year during Diwali, there was an option that if I am referring someone, they will get a Manish Malhotra designed playing cards, which was absolutely fantastic. It came in a very good packaging for both the one who referred and for the one who actually got the card. So yeah.
Do you want to share your haircut story?
Yeah, I was actually coming to my haircut story. Okay, for all the guys out here, how much have you paid maximum for a haircut in your respective places? I want to see that number. 1,500, Shiva. Great. Sandeep says 500. 500. Vipul, 2,000. Wow. 60 max. Awesome. 1,800. Awesome. So yeah, that's the max. 2,400. Anmol, where was it? That yours is the highest number. Anmol, where did you go for that 2,400 haircut? Javed Habib. 5,000, Rajesh. Where did you pay for a haircut for 5,000? I want to know that.
Rajesh, you should have come to me. I would have done that for a lesser amount.
Hyderabad. What was the store's name? What is the store's name? Javed Habib. Oh, does he charge 5,000 rupees for a haircut now?
Maybe you got it done from Javed.
Maybe you got it done from Javed Habib. Yeah. Awesome. So just to come to you, there's a chain of this grooming center. It's called True Fit and Hill, which is in most major cities. I think there's in Hyderabad, there's in Bangalore, there's in Delhi and all. All these major cities, they have True Fit and Hill, which charges about 2,900 for a haircut, and they offer a little massage. So it's a 60-minute haircut. Absolute luxury. You walk in there, you feel like you're in a 5-star salon. They'll get your menu card. What do you want to drink? They'll do a very good haircut for you, do a proper 20-minute massage. They'll ask you what kind of shampoo do you want to use according to your hair texture and everything. It charges 2,900. No way in hell I'm going to pay 2,900. I pay only 200 rupees for a haircut. But Amex, there's a sister card of Amex. It's called Amex Gold Charge. They had some offer going on that if you spend 2,500 on that card on TrueFit and Hill, you'll get 2,500 rupees off. I was like, man, this is the time I want to go there. So I went there, 2,500. So the bill came for 2,900, 2,500 flat discount. And this is only possible because of these cards. I would have never gone there. But 1.5 years later, also, I'm being able to tell you this because of the effect that it had. I never touched my hair for next 2 days. My family was like always laughing on me, what's happening to him. So yeah, it was a 2,900 rupees haircut. I only paid 400 rupees because I had a good credit card. So that's how, like travel stories unravel. And that was my almost first or second travel redemption, or like credit card redemption. So yeah, interesting stories keep happening. That was a long time back, Akash. Now, so I haven't cut my hair for 3 months.
And again, the point that I just wanted to add was, though in general you would not want to indulge into such luxurious things every now and then, but it doesn't hurt to go for such luxurious experiences once in a while, and that too for which you don't really have to pay a lot, right? I think that's the point of optimizing and maximizing your credit card spends.
Sakshi asks, is there anything for ladies? Let me do a research. I'll ask my wife. She's also into a good credit card game now. Yeah. So yeah, that's how these stories unravel and everything. I'll come to a very good story after I finish Amex. That is I have two more travel stories. Yes, Rajesh, I'm a married man. Okay, so Amex Pros, as we were discussing. Yeah, I've told you. So Amex Pros, as I was saying, they have best-in-class customer support. I am a loyal customer for them for about 3.5 years. I always pitch them to everyone because if I have a problem, okay, sometimes if I'm even feeling bored, I'll just go them and ask a question as well, and they're very quick. You want people to reply to you in a second, and they do that. There are no bots, there are actual humans there. So best-in-class support. Amex points never expire, so you could just keep collecting those points. So Axis points expire, HDFC points expire after a while. Amex points never expire, so you could just keep spending. And when you have a holiday, just transfer those points to your airline partners. If you have a plan coming up, there are some bonus offers that keep coming in. You transfer those points, you can do that. So you can just keep your Amex stack as it is for the longest period of time. And the best part about Amex is with Marriott Bonvoy, they have an offer coming every 1 or 2 years. So there was this offer 2 years back that if I transfer 10,000 points, or like if I transfer 100 points, I'll get 130 Amex Marriott points. So usual transfer ratio is 1 Amex point is 1 Marriott point. But they had this offer going on where I could transfer 100 points and I could get 130 points. So I actually transferred 50,000 of my Amex points, which I had earned over 1 year by spending 4 lakh as we were seeing. And I got 65,000 points. And that actually funded this New Year's trip. I went with my wife to Georgia, all on points. So that is a really cool feature. And that's what I keep updated with. And when you are a part of our community, you will also get updated all this while. We'll come to our community link as well in the later slides. And so Amex, being Amex, keeps giving out these coupon vouchers. Like they'll give 3 months Swiggy free for 3 months, Zomato Gold for free, just because you are their customer, right? The India team is very small. Like Indian market for them is very small. US market is amazing for them. They're 200-year-old bank. So for them, it does not feel like they're burning money. They are getting a good customer base of us, of you, right? And again, there are a lot of transfer partners available. I love to transfer my Amex points to Marriott Bonvoy because I get free hotel stays for flights and everything else. I have different options. So, but if you are looking to transfer your points, if you want to go to Singapore for that matter, and you want to transfer your Singapore Amex points to Singapore Airlines, it happens in an instant. Takes 1 minute, it's done. So yeah, there are a lot of about 10 transfer partners available for Amex in India. So Nandu's asking, like, okay, I'll just take a few questions here now. Someone said that, will Amex help in paying insurance premium as well? Yes, definitely. It may not give you points for insurance payment, but it will give you milestone benefits of that 4 lakh. So anyway, points are 2% only, but the milestone benefits is 10%. So I go to that. But there's also another cool way to pay insurance, which is through Amazon Pay, which I'm coming on the next slide.
Yeah, Rishabh, maybe we can just finish the content first and then come back to questions.
Okay.
And folks, just a disclaimer, we're not being paid by Amex. And Rishabh is not an employee of Amex.
Yeah.
Right? So in case you guys feel we are a little biased, we honestly are because of their amazing offers. And as of today, they do offer great rewards. And unfortunately, they're not currently issuing new cards, but whenever they do, we will let you know. But yeah, just wanted to call it out as a disclaimer that we are in no way affiliated to Amex and we're not getting any money back from them.
Also, because I've done 2 trips this year by Amex points, so obviously I'm going to be a little biased. Okay, so awesome. But there are a few cons with Amex that these are the only cities Amex is available in. So it might be a con if you're not in the top 20, 30 cities in India. Also, offline acceptance is low. As I've seen, as everyone was saying here, offline acceptance is a challenge, but if you have a lot of online spends, Amex hands down, take it. Pay your insurance premiums also with it. Okay, so now we'll come to another great card, which is from Axis. It's called an Axis Atlas card. It is also a very good travel benefit card here. Again, best for spends between 7.5 to 15 lakhs a year. So we are looking about at like 50,000 spends, 60,000 spends to up to like 1.25 lakh spends if you have Axis Atlas. Get it. Why? But first get an Amex Platinum. So joining fee again, 5,000 plus GST, similar to Amex. Renewal fee as well, 5,000 plus GST. There's no renewal fee waiver, but what you get is when you get the card, Axis Atlas, you get 2,500 edge miles. So Axis again has a lot of transfer partners. And it transfers in the ratio of 1:2. So one Axis edge mile is 2 transfer partner miles. So one edge mile can be 2 Japan Airlines miles, or 2 Singapore Airline miles, or 2 Emirates miles, or 2 Accor points, right? So those 2, it can be transferred. So you get 5,000 miles or 5,000 Accor points. The best benefit that comes out of Axis Atlas is when you transfer those points to Accor hotels. Why? Because they say every Accor point is 2 rupees. So when you have 2,500 edge miles, you transfer into 1:2 ratio, you get 5,000 Accor points, and every Accor point is 2 rupees, you get 10,000 rupees benefit. In Accor stays, you could just book it, and it's very transparent system with Accor. Just go there, you could book it online, even breakfast, you can pay through points, everything. Most of the things are paid in Accor through points. So over a period of year, you can, if you're spending 7 lakh rupees, you'll probably get about 30,000 edge miles. That is roughly about 1,20,000 rupees of Accor stays. Absolutely great. Again, so are we here until now? Is Axis working well? Okay, so we'll move. So there's a renewal benefit on it as well. So it does not have a renewal fee waiver, but if you hit 7.5 lakh spends, you'll get 2,500 edge miles. So again, those 2,500 edge miles multiply by 4, 10,000 worth of Accor stays. If you hit a 15 lakh milestone, there are people who have larger spends. You get 5,000 edge miles, which is 20,000 Accor points, Accor value. So again, conversion ratio is similar. Conversion ratio. It offers 2 edge miles per 100 rupees spend. Similar to Amex, but here the value of edge miles is way higher. So 2 edge miles, 100 rupees spent, you get, when you transfer to Accor, you get 4 Accor points. So on your regular spends, every Accor point is 2 rupees. You get 8% back on your regular spends. And regular by mean, you could go to so the problem we have with the Amex is the offline acceptance is less. With Axis, because it's on a Visa platform, you could just use it anywhere and everywhere. Just use your Visa card, you'll get 8% in form of Accor stays. Absolutely cool benefit. Also, what it does is it's a travel card, so they have to offer better ratio for travel. When you book a flight, do you generally book it through OTAs? Like OTAs, I mean, Make My Trip or all these platforms, or do you generally book it through the airline website? I would want to know that. Awesome. So most of us actually do it wherever it costs less. Mostly airline websites cost about 5% extra. But, and a lot of us just do it through OTAs, which is great. I also do it. But with Axis Atlas, when you book it directly through airline website, say you go to Air India website or Indigo website, you book a travel worth 10,000 rupees. Instead of 2 edge miles, if you do it on Make My Trip, you'll get 2 edge miles per 100 rupees spent. If you do it directly on the airline website, you'll get 5 edge miles. Again, transfer it to Accor, you're looking at 20% returns just by booking your flight directly on the airline website. Does it sound cool? Yes, so it will be 5% extra, definitely. There are airlines might charge 2 to 5% extra, but if you're getting benefits which are about 15% extra, I would definitely suggest just do it directly on the airline website. Also, one of the best reasons why I do it on the airline, I've started doing it on the airline websites. It's so much easier to manage my booking. if I have to cancel the booking, it is so much easier talking to the airline rather than talking to all these OTAs. Because I have seen people getting their money stuck in Make My Trip and unnecessary charges and all these fees, which I feel with airline, if I'm booking, it's much more convenient. If I want to reschedule, it's so much easier. Probably once you try it, I'm sure if you start booking it on the airline website, I'm sure you're never going back there. Okay, so how to maximize your spends on Axis Atlas? You spend 3 lakh per year, you get 2,500 edge points, miles. If you spend 7.5 lakh, you become a gold tier member, you get additional 2,500 edge miles. If you're someone who's a high spender, you spend 15 lakh a year, you become a platinum tier and you get additional 5,000 edge miles. So all in all, if you spend 15 lakh rupees, which is, I know it's a huge amount for a lot of people, but there are people who spend 30 lakhs in a year as well. I know a lot of them as well. So you are looking at 40,000 of just bonuses and milestone benefits on your Axis Atlas card. Everything else is separate. This is how the milestone benefits work. But as Amex had no exceptions, majorly no exceptions, here there are a few exceptions, right? You do not get milestones on benefit or any points on fuel, on insurance, on utilities, on government spends, on jewelry. You don't get any points on these, wherein my Amex becomes handy, right? If I have to spend on fuel, I use 2 cards. If I have to tell anyone to use 2 cards, it will be Amex Platinum Travel and an Axis Atlas no-brainer cards if you are into airline things. But if you are a person, again, who's a cashback person, who wants to be a cashback king, SBI Cashback, hands down. So there it goes, like a deep dive into Axis Atlas, into a few 3 cards which we were planning to talk about, a few pros and cons. So issued on Visa platform, has a wide acceptance, way wider than Amex. Base reward of 4%. When you convert to a core, it is 8%. But if you just consider normal base reward, 4%, it is much, much higher than all your Magnuses, not Magnus maybe, all your Infinia, Emerald Private Metal, your DCB cards, which offer 3.33%. So being a 5,000 rupees card, absolutely good base rewards. There are a lot of airline partners. Again, they also have a very good customer support and free lounge access, which is unheard of for the guest person. So you get, if you're going to normal cards, give you only lounge access for you. But if you also have a guest, Axis Atlas allows your guest also to come with you. But again, there's no one perfect card. As I was saying, there are a few cons. There are a lot of exclusions on it. And if you are a person who travels abroad a lot, there's a high Forex fee of 3.5%. So if Axis Atlas could work to get it down to 2%, hands down the best Forex card as well. Okay. So someone was asking, like, how do we actually pay for, insurances and, utilities? They might not earn you reward points, but there's a very cool hack wherein, like, you could get Amazon Pay vouchers. There are a lot of websites where you could get that. So with Amex has a tie-up with Amex Gifter, right? So wherein you go to, you can get So there's this website. It looks something like this. Okay. So yeah, you just go here, you get an Amazon Pay voucher. You could get up to 10,000 rupees voucher per month on one phone number, one card. Yes, it definitely charges 1.5% extra, but it gives 3x rewards. So if you are getting for 100 rupees, you're getting Amex points. Here you'll get 6 Amex points per every 100 rupees spent. Also, Amazon Pay I would say, after cash and UPI, it's the third currency. I use Amazon Pay to pay. So Amazon Pay and Amazon shopping vouchers are different, right? There are 3-4 options for Amazon here. So Amazon Pay, you just have to make sure it's an Amazon Pay thing. You can get vouchers. You can load it into your Amazon accounts and pay for utilities. You could pay for your phone recharges. You could also pay insurances, premium also. It is capped at 15,000 rupees. And that's how it works. And there are a lot of few other gift cards as well here available. So it's a very cool website you can check out. It's a reward multiplier thing. So I just load on Amazon Pay vouchers every month, and I just use it on Swiggy, on Zomato, and it's very interchangeable on 200 or 300 websites. It's easily available. Also, anywhere where Razor Pay is a payment gateway, Amazon Pay will be available. So that way, it's an absolutely great option to have. So yeah, definitely check out Amex Gifter. I personally do it. I load 10,000 rupees voucher and I pay all my utility bills through it. Along with, as Amex has a part travel like this voucher platform, which is called Amex Gifter. Even Axis has this platform wherein okay, Axis will not give you points for doing utility bill payments, right? As we mentioned, there are a lot of cons. But you load these Amazon Pay vouchers using your Axis card, you will still get that 8.5% return right into your account. I'll just show you an option here. Here it's the Amazon Pay voucher. You could add, let's say we'll add 1,000 rupees voucher, right? So I could just add this voucher. I'll also get 5 rupees back, so 0.5% extra. Axis Atlas is not giving me any returns on utility payments or bill payments, but I can load these vouchers into my Amazon account and I can pay the bills. I'll still get 8% back. Does it sound cool now? Are we still here?
Solves a major miss from the exclusions, right? So the point is you can just buy Amazon Pay vouchers for all the exclusion categories and then pay for those exclusion categories which are kind of not allowed on the credit card, and pay it through the Amazon Pay voucher. So you get rewards for paying on those exclusion categories as well. Yeah, I know we're short on time. We'll quickly run through the next few slides, but we will take all your questions, so don't worry about them. We'll be happy to stay long for as long as possible, but we'll just quickly cover all the other slides.
This is another website which you could buy your gift vouchers from. It's called Maximize Money. It also gives again 8% returns to get. So if you're finished, so every website has about 10,000 rupees limit. Here also there's so if you're done with access limit on one website, you could come here and get another 8% back from if you load vouchers from here. Moving forward, I'm sure we're coming to the end of it now. So yeah, redeeming your points effectively, right? This is my favorite topic. We will earn a lot of points over the next 1 year, 2 years. But if you are, so essentially cash, if you have 10,000 points and you redeem that for cash, you will get 20%, 20 paisa back. So about 20, how would I say? Like it's the lowest return that you get if you do it for cash redemptions. If you buy vouchers, you'll get 30% back. Not 30%, 0.3% back. But if you do it for like hotels, if you do it for flights, per rupee spent, you could easily get 1 rupee, 0.5 rupees to 1 rupee to 1.5 rupees. There are people who've done for 2 rupees as well. I have done it for 2 rupees as well in some of my places. So it is very essential to not just earn points, but actually also redeem them well. I would not suggest to redeem them for cash. Rather, just buy some vouchers if you have need. So Amex has a lot of, as I was saying, redemption options. You could get for 24,000 Amex points, you could get a Taj voucher for 14,000 rupees or an Amazon voucher for 8,000 rupees. And this way, so it's a 0.3 on Amazon, Flipkart, on all these gift vouchers. But if you transfer to Marriott, you'll get 1:1 ratio. So 24,000 points become 24,000 Marriott stays, which is easily 1 or 2 nights possible. Okay, I think this is the favorite question for everyone. Any big purchases coming up? And we'll move to that. Okay, so I am sure I'll be able to answer a lot of questions here. So if you have school fees to pay for your kids, you could use Axis Atlas directly on the school website, right? It will still give you points for that. So every school either has a integrated system in their platform or they have a third party. If your school has a platform to pay directly on the school website, just do that. Otherwise, use Amex Platinum, as I was saying, can be used everywhere, but also make sure that the school accepts Amex because, again, as everyone was saying, Amex is not accepted everywhere. So home rent, I think Neha was waiting, Akash was also waiting for this. There are 2 good cards. They are a bit expensive, about 10,000 rupees every month. a 10,000 rupees a year card. So home rent, you could pay with IndusInd Avios. It is a tie-up with IndusInd. So Avios is basically British Airways currency, which can be used on British Airways, on Qatar Airways, on Finnair, on Sri Lankan Airlines. So it's a very good card if you have rental payments, and if you hit 8 lakh milestone, you get about 16,000 another Avios points. So there are a lot of cards, you can always deep down on it. But for now, starters, home rent, IndusInd Avios, and HDFC Diners Black is a very good card. And also when you make rent payments, just make sure you use Red Giraffe platform. It charges only 0.5% extra. Otherwise, all other platforms charge about 2 to 3%, right? Buying a car, right? If you are someone who's looking to get a car, choose an Axis Atlas, or if you are someone who's getting 3 lakh rupees net salary, or you can have 10 lakh rupees savings in the bank, get Axis Magnus Burgundy, hands down the best card for making those big purchases above 1.5 lakhs. So yeah, wedding expenses, again, Axis Magnus Burgundy, or if you do not have that kind of a leverage available to you, use Axis Atlas. Tax payment. A lot of people are self-employed. A lot of people pay taxes on it. So there is HDFC Biz Black and HDFC Biz Power. So HDFC Biz Black actually gives 16% returns on paying your GST bills. My wife runs a social media agency. We pay all our GST bills through Biz Power, which gives us a cool 6%, but there's a bigger version, Biz Black, which gives you 16%. And gold and jewelry, again, as we showed, that you could buy vouchers and you could pay on the gift vouchers, you could go to the store and pay through them. So was I able to answer your questions for most of you here, right? For the big purchases. So again, this slide may not be for everyone, but yeah. So Sricharan, you said Infinia is not being considered. It's an absolutely great card, but they do not issue it very easily, right? We've put it in a premium card. You need 60 lakh ITR at this point of time, which I'm sure 99% of us do not have. So there are easier cards to get, which I mentioned there. So that's why I said. So, but if you want to have some premium cards, these are the ones. HDFC Infinia, again, the hands down one of the great cards, has been a leader for last 12, 13 years. If you have tax payments, HDFC Biz Black, Biz Power, Axis Magnus Burgundy for if you have spends more than 1.5 lakh, 2 lakh rupees spends you have, no brainer card, just get Axis Magnus Burgundy. There's another cool one, ICICI Emerald Private Metal card, which you could get if you have 3 lakh rupees net salary. There's a recently revalued HSBC Premier card. Again, it also needs a 3 lakh net salary credit. But as like it was in Atlas, we discussed, we get 20% return on Accor stays. In HSBC Premier, it's a whooping 72%, and it has been only revalued 2 days back. So absolutely great. HSBC Travel One is also a great card for Accor stays. So these are some good cards. Just go back after this session, do a research according to your spends. And if you're unable to understand something, I'll put a link of our Pennywise community. You could come there, join that, and ask me questions there. Akshay, do you want to take it from here?
Sure.
Awesome, guys. So it was great telling my stories and everything. Sure, I'll just finish it with Japan story, right? Okay. I am coming to the end of it. So Japan story is the best one I've done until now. So I've been saving points for about 2 years. So this year, I and my wife planned for a Japan trip. Hotels and all we were staying. If someone's been there, you might have seen that hotels are about, anywhere, a good hotel costs about 15,000 to 20,000 rupees a night. I was like, I am never going to be paying that much amount, for a hotel stay. So then I took my Marriott car, my Amex points, I had stacked them up for last 2 years. I burnt about 1.5, 2 lakh points, got it in 1:1 ratio. I spent 11 nights there and I paid only for 1 night. So that has been the coolest experience for me. This is how I actually did my Japan trip. So I spent 12 days across Osaka, Kyoto, Sapporo, and Tokyo. So we went for cherry blossom season in Sapporo, and that is the highest time. Like the hotels are priced very high. We paid only 8,000 rupees for 11 nights for staying there. So typically flight costs are about 55, 60,000 direct flights, but there are some sales which keep coming. So I got my flight for 40,000. Plus I used a good credit card. I got another 5% discount for that. So yeah, as I was saying, hotel stays are about 15, 20,000 per night. I stayed 11 nights, paid only for one. And I did not do any crazy spends. This is only being done by, so because I stay with my family, I do spends on my card for the family as well. So it was only 60, 70,000 per month. I'm like, because with the family, it becomes an only amount. I'm sure if you're two people staying, it may not be a small amount. But with the family, because I was doing it for the family, I spending about 65, 70,000 rupees per month, which gave me all these points over 1.5, 2 years. So yeah, that's my story. I'm sure I was able to provide some info to you, like how to utilize your points here. Thank you so much for spending the Friday evening with me. Absolutely loved having you here.
Folks, understand. At the end of the day, credit card is nothing but a loan, and getting into the credit card debt debt trap is very, very much possible. So as much as, all of these are to optimize your spends, and as Rishabh has been constantly saying, he doesn't do additional spends, but just kind of optimizes all of these spends. That's exactly what we want all of you to do, right? It could be very, very possible that as you see, in a way, all of these the systems, if you say, they are designed in a way that they make you splurge more, right? You spend so much on the hotels, you get this much back. You spend now so much on the flights, you get this much back, right? Now that doesn't mean you just go and start staying in every single hotel, right? You do it when you are planning a vacation, or you do it when you're planning a trip ahead, right? So be very, very careful. Please do not fall into the debt trap. Please do not delay your payments. For those of you just getting started, set a maximum limit of 50% of your salary. Slowly increase it, so that you don't really end up spending a lot. Minimum payment, heavy interest. So yeah, this is one big thing, big mistake that people do, which is just pay the minimum amount, and then, they think that the late fee or the interest will go away. No, it does not happen that way. You have to pay the entire amount. Otherwise, it's just the late fee that goes away, but the heavy interest is taken all right from the bill generated date. Remember the one that we covered in the beginning. So please follow these things, right?
And the interest rates are the worst on the credit card. So it's about 3% per month, up to 4%. So you're essentially paying 36 to 42% if you do not pay your amounts well in time. So definitely do not skip your bill payments. Your CIBIL will go down. You'll have to pay so much more money. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So these are some of the steps that we've put in. Keep the borrowing to a minimum. Note your credit utilization ratio. So credit utilization ratio means is if you have a total of, say, about 10 lakh rupees of limit on all your credit cards, you should not be spending more than 3 lakh rupees month on month or so, right? So have your limit at less than 30. Pay your credit card bills on time. Keep checking your credit reports, and if there are any issues, report them. Don't apply, keep applying for credit cards if it's rejected. Don't apply for multiple credit card at once, and maintain a 3-month gap. Opt for limit enhancement whenever offered. That's a really cool hack, because a lot of times banks do offer a limit enhancement and we wouldn't opt for it, thinking that, oh my god, what will happen. But that's actually, it's a cool way of increasing your credit limit, right? So definitely do that as well. I know you are all now feeling on top of the world. Are you? Can I have a quick yes, or maybe top of the world? Put top of the world on the chat if you are. That's nice. I like Jocelyn's answer. TOW, right? The short form. Yeah. So TOW on the chat if you feel on top of the world, and if you're now all set to be in plan, you feel ready to plan your next trip, right? Now this is, this is something I took out of from Rishabh. This was Rishabh. No, this can you make it out from his
This time.
yeah. So just
Is
kidding,
this
right?
like a AI avatar of Rishabh doing all the work?
Exactly. Like, hey, avatar of Rishabh. So, folks, what I wanted to kind of share with you is, well, you don't have to immerse yourself in so many credit cards if you are confused, overwhelmed, excited. I know happens, right? How many of you are confused? How many of you are overwhelmed with so much of information? How many of you are excited? You could put what you are currently feeling right now. Are you feeling confused, overwhelmed, excited? You know what? I always get overwhelmed. He's like, every single time he figures out something, he's like, "Maine ye dhoonda, I found this out. Let's do this. Let's do this." And I'm like, "Give me some time. I need to understand that. I have to figure that out." Overwhelmed, yes, I could understand, and therefore, Rishabh does offer a personalized one-on-one cards advisory as well. As much as we're just about to gonna share with you a free community link too, which Rishabh is a part of. You could absolutely join that. But for those of you looking, for there's some sort of a wedding expense coming up, a big expense coming up, and you just want to make the most of it, we will put a top mate link on the chat. You know what? He even charges me for all his the amount of advisories that he gives me. He charges me in all kinds of cash and whatnot. So, anyways, personalized advisory available for you in case you guys want to take the most of it. With that, I think we covered all that we had. Here is also the link to a WhatsApp group, a community that we are all a part of. I would be happy for all of you to scan the QR and be a part. We're all there, happy to answer all of your questions there as well, and see how you could make the most of your credit cards. I will keep the QR on this particular, I'll keep the slides on this particular QR for a while. And yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty much done with the session. If there are any questions, we can take them now. I know we did answer a lot, but please, any questions that we've missed, I'll request if you could, put down all the information on the chat again. How many credit card bills to get maximum cashbacks?
See, I usually don't optimize for paying my bills, right? So as I was saying, Pareto principle, I am happy to earn points on my credit card spends, but for paying credit card bills, I do not. I just directly go to the card website and do it because there are some shady websites that keep coming, giving 2% back. I don't want to get that into that and get my money stuck. So that 2% lalach I don't want to do. So I just do it, and I suggest all my friends also to do it just on the directly on the website, on the card website, and just be done with it.
Income tax listing when spending greater than 10 lakhs in a financial year.
So, Rajesh, if it is not a big problem, so if you have 10 lakh of spending, definitely, if you do 10 lakh of spending on card, the banks are definitely, they'll be reporting it to the AIS. But if you have a income, if you can justify your income more than 10 lakhs, if you are filing an ITR more than 10 lakh, it should not be a problem at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so that's a very valid thing, right? For those of you, I know for a lot of times, we do spend or lend our cards to the relatives, friends, so on and so forth. See, the point is, unless there is a history to the payment, right? So, I mean, if now let's say you've paid it on behalf of your relative, obviously you will take that money back from the relative, right? So, if tomorrow an income tax, inquiry is raised on you that you earn, say, for example, 15 lakhs, how did you spend 20 lakhs? You should have a trail, right? These amount of expenses were mine, these amount of expenses were my family's. And if you're able to, position that, there is no issue, right? The problem is if there is in any way encountered that, maybe you're paying it, through your credit card, but you're taking some sort of a cash payment from somebody or so, right? That's when the inquiries would go more.
So yeah, I said NPS, you can monthly SIPs, there's a no option right now. There's an option to, do a wallet load with Amex, but that's a little complex process. You could use MobiKwik wallet to pay 3% extra, get the money into your account, but I do not suggest it. Just for SIPs, just do it regularly the way you are doing with your bank account. So Shivani asked, I got Access Atlas and on 10 lakh spend, they're waiving off the renewal fee of 5,000 plus GST. Absolutely great. I haven't heard a case near me, but if you're getting it, absolutely great. Do it. Continue with your Access Atlas. Cred usage, Rimpass, I do not use Cred because those Cred coins are actually useless. Like only few times in a year they become very useful, but most of the time they're just there. And again, as I was saying, I just pay bills directly on the credit card website. Anirudh asks, like, can you please explain the difference between Indian bank issued Amex cards like ICICI Safero Amex and cards from Amex? So see, Amex, when you're taking a card from Amex and then on an Amex platform issued by an Indian bank, the entire difference comes in the customer support that you get. When you take an ICICI backed card on an Amex platform, you'll get a customer support of ICICI. Amex cards are pure Amex cards, so you get all the benefits of the Amex card there. So which card is a good credit card for lounge access? We haven't covered this one card here just for lounge access. It's called HDFC Marriott Bonvoy card. Hands down, best for your your lounge accesses because it gives 12 domestic plus 12 international lounge access on just paying 3,000 rupees fees. And that 3,000 rupees, you also get 15,000 Marriott points. So that Marriott point, you get essentially 1 night free in Marriott, and you get 12 lounge access for domestic and domestic and international. Also, it gives you free add-on cards up to 4. So if you have 4 family members, you could get add-on cards for all of them, and everyone then has 12 lounge accesses in a year. Okay. What do you do to increase credit limit? For Amex, it's very easy. Every 6 months, I can just message them that I would want to increase my credit limit, and they'll ask me my salary, they'll ask me my earnings, and they do it. If I'm eligible, they do it. But otherwise, HDFC has a portal to do it. ICICI also has a portal to do it, which, yeah, it happens instantly there. Minimum due amount, yeah, as Akshat was mentioning, never do a minimum due amount, pay your bills in full. Only then will you be able to actually get the best juice out of these credit cards. Amir asks how to get a 900 score even though I pay bills on time. You don't need a 900 score. Anything above 750 is good. 800 is the gold level. You don't need it. And as I was saying, if there's only one person I've known who's got a 900 score bill, you don't need it, right? Is there any portal apart from Cred to pay all credit card bills at one portal? So there is Check also, and there's Cred. Cred I only use to keep track of my bills, right? So Cred does an automate message when my credit card bills payments are due. So there was this one time I never knew that I had to pay amount for one credit card, and they had just charged it 2 days before the due date. They told me, and Cred popped up that notification. I just instantly paid that. Otherwise, I would have gotten a CIBIL hit. So that way, Cred is great, but I don't pay my bills on Cred. Forex fees for foreign exchange. So yeah, forex fee card. There's a Scapia, which is a very good forex card.
Yeah, somebody was also asking about
So
Scapia.
Scapia, you see their issuing mechanism. I don't know. No one knows. There are people with 800 CIBIL score also getting rejected. There are people with 700 CIBIL score getting accepted. But Scapia, as of now, it's a very cool card to have. Has a great referral bonus. Has 0 forex charges. So if you can get your hands onto Scapia, definitely get it. It also has a very cool app to use. Do we have any credit card which can be used to pay credit card bills? Earlier, it used to happen, but not anymore, Kranti.
Credit card to pay credit card bills?
It used to happen before.
Wow. Don't do that, guys. No, honestly, I mean, it's like taking a loan to pay off another loan. I would honestly say don't do that.
Portal names, please. Yeah, I said, Akash, I said check. It's called CHEQ. So it's a check. Aditya asks how much gap between bill generation date and payment date. It's usually 15 days to 20 days, depending on different banks. IDFC and ICICI offer about 18-20 days. A few other banks offer 15 days. What is concept of balance transfer? I haven't done balance transfer. I just pay my bills right on time. So I'm not sure about this. Why credit card application gets rejected, even though score is 750 plus? Again, as I was saying, some of these companies have absolutely internal mechanism to reject cards application for 800 plus score as well. So I have a friend who spends about 3 lakh rupees a year, 3 lakh rupees a month. He wasn't able to get a Scapia, but I have a friend who spends 30,000 rupees a month. He was able to get a Scapia. So it's totally, I don't know what works in these banks is backend, but yeah.
Internal processes,
Internal
right? I
process.
think a lot of internal processes in place.
So what's your view on advanced salary cards? I am not very keen on these. Like for these generally might offer 1 or 2%. I'm not looking for 1 or 2%. I would essentially want minimum 5% if I'm doing spends on my credit cards. And okay, so just very quick exercise for your brain right now. So if you have maybe like 20,000 spends or 50,000 spends or a 1 lakh rupees spends, do like a 5% of that. Okay, so if you have 1 lakh rupees spends, do 5% or 10%, up to 10%. Okay, so probably you get 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees and you do it over a period of 1 year. You will get to know how amazingly you can use your credit cards to save that much money. So if you are on a 1 lakh rupees spend, you could easily save anywhere from 60,000 to 1.2 lakh rupees a year. And, you know, as I was saying in the start, my wife has been super happy because I have been taking her to all these Marriotts and all. Otherwise, I would have taken her to, and once you do that one redemption, right, it will take probably a year to get to gather those points. But once you do that one transaction of one redemption, you will be the king of the family. Everyone will be coming up to look to you how to do it, and you will always be looking to do the next redemption. So definitely, if you are someone who is into the credit, who wants to get into the credit card game, right now India is in a very nascent stage. You could do it. There are cards offering 20, 30, even 72% on a core stays. But yeah, we are happy with 10%. Is SBM DCB Bank Neo card good? So for credit card, not that great. For debit card, yes, they are decent. Is there any benefit of paying CC bills on bank website or check or credit? Usually it's a very low ratio, maybe 1% or even 0.5%. Most of the times it's useless coins that I get, so I never do it. I just pay directly on the website of the bank. Is there any way to know how to maximize the benefits of a particular card, best conversion ratio? See, everything is available online, but that's why I do the personal advisory as well.
Yeah. No, absolutely, folks. And as I said, right, so this is a community that we've created for all of you. So please feel free to join in. We are all a part of it, and happy to share all the knowledge that we Rishabh keeps on researching. I mean, he's really active. Shubha has been a part of that community, and we make a lot of we try and share as much as we can. But definitely, if you are somebody who's looking for a personalized advisory, I'll share the link again. Rishabh is it's kudos to Rishabh for the amount of value he delivers. He charges really, really less. I think it's just he's way too passionate about it. So therefore, feel free to just book a session with him. Do check out our YouTube channel as well. So we have a lot of new credit card content and some podcasts coming up. We've recently started our YouTube journey. Right, so we do it from all over personal finance. We recently did something about car loans, and we have an entire course of a course on the fundamentals of personal finance that covers right from the very basics to an intermediate level if you're just getting started on your finance. We keep doing a lot of workshops through the Ethica platform for all of you. We might have we surely will have a couple of more planned up on different topics. But credit cards, as you know, it's one of the nicest times because the system is evolving. So if you really want to catch up on all the information, just scan this particular QR, and you will be able to join the just subscribe to the YouTube channel. Would really, really, really mean a lot to get your support. Right. And yes, I'll leave it on this QR as well for a few minutes. So those of you who are not able to join the WhatsApp group, you can join it now.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye bye.